Black Scarr. Johnny Black and Emma Scarr, East London poets, and you're very privileged to hear him here at the Country Soul.
Well, thank you, Drew. What a lovely introduction. From Pennsylvania and Tennessee, we've come from Leytonstone and Walthamstow. Hence, the whiskey's been changed to tea, and the words are going to be slightly different, though some of the music might be similar. We've been co-writing these songs. This is Johnny Black, and I'm Emma Scarr, hence Black Scarr. And we're here launching our new CD, our latest CD, which we'll talk about a bit later. And this first song is about coming to East London from Hartlepool.
Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, there's one or two people who've come from various places to London to seek fame and fortune. I'd like Patrick Hart from the East London Drifters, came from Pennsylvania. Steve Rushton, who should be sitting there, he came from Manchester. I came down from the northeast of England in 1981, and I finally found fame and fortune because I'm playing here tonight. I made it at last. It's called The Streets Are Paved in Gold. Are we ready? Come from the north, heading down south, got no job, got no money, heading for the city where the streets are paved in gold. Pack my shirt and socks in a bag, said goodbye to friends and family, heading for the city where the streets are paved in gold. Well, I'm sick of being hungry, sick of being poor. Got the man from Northern Rock banging on my door. The repossessed the telly, had to sell the car. I'm going down to London town, cause I've been pushed too far. Come from the north, head down south, got no job, I got no money, heading for the city where the streets are paved in gold. Pack my shirt and socks in a bag, said goodbye to friends and family, heading for the city where the streets are paved in gold. And I keep rolling along, and I've got to keep on rolling along. There ain't no point in looking for work in Hartlepool. I'm getting on that southbound train with a suitcase of my tools. And let me tell you, darling, I'd stay here if I could. They say there's jobs in London town and the money's really good. Come from the north, heading down south, got no job, I got no money, heading for the city where the streets are paved in gold. Pack my shirt and socks in a bag, said goodbye to friends and family, heading for the city where the streets are paved in gold. And I keep rolling along, I've got to keep on rolling along. Cousin's got some work for me. He's been here 6 months now. He's making lots of money on the London Underground. He's even got a place for me to lay my body down. I'll call you all on Friday from my room in Acton Town. Come from the north, head down south, got no job, I got no money, heading for the city where streets are paved in gold. Pack my shirt and socks in a bag, say goodbye to friends and family, heading for the city where the streets are paved in gold. Heading for the city where the streets are paved in gold. Thank you very much. It's I know we're supposed to be launching our CD here tonight, but nearly everybody who's here has already bought it. It's already been platinum in Walthamstow for about 6 months.
But it hasn't reached Soho yet. This next song's on our first album, which is also for sale over there, I think. Is it on the first one?
It is.
This is a very serious song about domestic violence and stuff, but everybody laughs, so it's become a comedy classic. I don't know why. Because the woman who's struggling in her situation is fantasising about using her sister's gun to kill someone.
To kill a partner. We'd like to dedicate it to all the girls here tonight who fantasised about killing their partners. And let's face it, that's probably all of you.
If I had religion, I would wish you down to hell. But I don't believe in hell. If I had magic powers, I would make you disappear. Wave my magic wand, so you will disappear. If I had some money, then a lawyer I would pay. A lawyer or a hitman to take you far away. But I don't have religion, and magic I have none. I haven't got a penny, but my sister has a gun. And I'll be free. Tonight I'll be free. I will be free. Tonight I'll be free. I will take that gun and I'll put you in the ground. Bury you deep down in the ground. And if I don't get caught, I'll sail across the sea. All across the ocean, just myself and me. Or if I am found guilty of the act of killing you, then I will go to jail, but I'll be free from you. Oh, I don't have religion, and magic I have none. I haven't got a penny, and my sister has a gun. And I'll be free. Tonight I'll be free. I will be free. Tonight I'll be heard it on the radio. We have a radio show which you can ask us about afterwards if you like. Phil, who's come all the way from Watford today. He's not the person who's come the furthest, mind.
We've got a bit of a metropolitan audience tonight. We've got somebody come from Nottingham. Very, very impressive. And Cambridge. This table here, very nice.
Gary Smith's going to join us.
I tell you, if we were playing at the bottom of the garden, I don't think I'd draw our curtains to see us.
We've got Oxford people too. Are they in competition with Cambridge? The Gary, who we've heard already, he played on the album on this one, although this is on the first album as well. This song's it's called I'll Make Do With Him Forever. And it's a country classic song, except we wrote it, so it's modern. When I first met Johnny, we were discussing... I'll just wait for them to finish their conversation. Sorry, I'm a teacher. Thank you. Thank you for sitting so quietly. Yes, Johnny and I were having a conversation about relationships, and he's very cynical, and when I first met him, was very optimistic about life. And that's how this song came about, actually. But funny enough, over the years, I've become more cynical like him. So this song's about a woman who has to make a choice between a boring but dependable, kindly man at home and a more exciting but quite unreliable sort of chap on a motorbike, which a lot of women have to make that choice at some point in their life. And in this song, the woman makes the right choice in that she doesn't go off with a man. Sadly, in real life, I made the other choice. But were I to write the song now, I'd realise she might as well have stayed with the original boring man, because the second one soon becomes that man. I hope he wasn't...
Listen, every exciting man, there's a boring man waiting to get out. Trust me.
You're the boring man, okay.
So it's got several layers of meaning now, this song. I'll make do with him forever, 'cause he'll never let me down. He's as constant as the weather. He's like 30 shades of brown. Though his kisses don't excite me, I know he'll be loyal and true. So I'll make do with him forever, though I'm still in love with you. Please don't ask me to climb on your motorbike. Please don't ask me to go down that lost highway. There's so many things you say, and do I like? We both know commitment will make you run away. I'll make do with him forever, 'cause his love will never end. We will always be together. I will always have a friend, though his touch does not ignite me. I know he'll be loyal and true, so I'll make do with him forever. No, I'm still in love with you. Please don't ask me to just start a brand new life. Don't expect me to just up and walk away. I'm a mother to young children. I'm a wife. And we both know commitment is why I have to stay. You make do with all the chasing, all the lows and then the highs, all the failures and the conquests, the pain, the guilt and lies. You make do with all that seeking, the ever bigger prize. And I'll make do with him forever, turkey's string's broken, so that'll take him half a day to change it.
Drew, can I borrow anybody got a spare guitar? By the time I change this, it'll be, as Emma says, the middle of next week sometime.
Emma, I'll give you my axe, don't worry.
Thank you, sir.
Careful with that axe.
In the meantime, how long will it be? Shall I play a tune? This is really quick. This is called Turkey in the Straw. You might recognise it from Tom and Jerry cartoons. Turkey in the Straw. Typically, Drew has a special lead required for his special guitar.
Just give me a got a lead, Jack. On the top there. Oh, that's it. Which one's it going in?
Johnny, you can introduce the next song while we're ready.
Thank you.
I'll have a cup of tea.
By the way, Emma, the rock and roll star, she's drinking tea over here.
Yeah, that's the one.
This next song is about being made redundant from your workplace, obviously. When I was growing up as a kid, redundancy was never far away in my house. My old man was made redundant from coal mines in Easington, Hordern, Blackhall Rocks. He was made redundant from coal mines in the Midlands, Dormill Colliery, Arley Colliery. And I sort of carried on that tradition when I grew up, but I was never made redundant. I was always sacked. I've been sacked from some of the finest establishments in this country, like the BBC and Harrods. Thank you. Try getting a job with that on your CV. It's good to have Drew, the roadie, tonight. Huh?
I'm glad to see you still got your Johnny Black
pulling out all the
strap.
stops. Thank you, sir.
I've never seen such a palaver. I'm used to folk clubs.
Feels nice through this.
I'll get used to it. I'll get used to it.
Is it coming out the...
No, it's coming out of a special box.
Oh, right. It's magic. This song's called Big Man Steps on the Little Man Once Again. Poor little Tommy lost his job in the factory. He's got 2 young boys and a baby girl to feed. All his hopes and dreams have now come to an end. Big man steps on the little man once again.
Poor young Mary lost her job at the nursery. Got somebody cheaper from an agency. Now she's got to move back in with mum again.
Big man steps on the little man once again. Big man steps on the little man once again. Big man steps on the little man once again. You gotta keep on keeping on and don't let go. You gotta pray to the good Lord above and save my soul. You gotta keep on keeping on and don't give in. Gotta pray to the good Lord above and save my skin. bent upon their masonry. All their careful planning's now gone down the drain. Big man steps on the little man once again.
Sue's been made redundant at the bakery. She was saving up for university. Now she's hoping her ambitions weren't in vain.
Big man steps on the little man once again. Come on. Big man steps on the little man once again. Big man steps on the little man once again. You gotta keep on keeping on and don't let go. You gotta pray to the good Lord above to save my soul. You gotta keep on keeping on and don't give in. Gotta pray to the good Lord above to save my skin. Thank you very much, you're very, very kind. Cheers. Right, this next song's called The Wedding Song. Normally when I get invited to a wedding, I'll almost definitely turn it down because I find them quite sinister. Although I did go to your wedding back in 1993, which was very sinister indeed. But I did go to one about 4 years ago because I had a tip-off that the groom wasn't going to turn up, and I thought, well, that'd be worth seeing. It wasn't exactly on my bucket list, but anyway, when I turned up for the wedding, and it turned out to be even better than that because she never turned up either. So all we did was went along to the reception and all had a good time without them. So when I told Emma about this story, we decided to write a song on what they would be saying to each other the first time they met, having jilted each other at the altar. So it's called The Wedding Song. Darling, I'm sorry, I really didn't mean to let you down. I know you think I'm lying. Darling, I'm sorry, I was caught up in the traffic on the other side of town. It was crawling.
Darling, I'm sorry, I panicked when I woke up and I saw my life slipping away. I'm feeling so guilty, I know now that you deserve much more on this our wedding day.
By the time I got to Houston, it was 11 and the sign above the platform said the train's already gone. Guess I always knew I'd never make it to the wedding. Now the 11:15 train is gone. Darling, I'm sorry, I really didn't mean to stand you up on such a special day. Darling, I'm sorry, I was in the toilet throwing up. I just had to get away.
I woke up sweating with a picture of my mother in my head and all those wasted years. My stomach was churning as I remembered all those things she said, all the anger and the tears.
By the time I got to Houston, it was 11:20 and the sign above the platform said the train's already gone. I guess I always knew I'd never make it to the wedding. Now the 11:15 train is gone. I tried calling, got no reply. I tried calling, the battery died. Though my heart says you're my one and only, my head is screaming no.
Darling, I'm sorry. I'll write to all our friends and guests, of course, and I'll apologise. Please tell your parents I'm grateful for their help and their support. I know they'll be mortified.
By the time I got to Houston, it was 11, and the sign above the platform said train's already gone. Guess I always knew I'd never make it to the wedding. Now the 11:15 train is gone. Woo! By the time I got to Houston, it was 11:20. Yeah, the sign above the platform said train's already gone. Guess I always knew I'd never make it to the wedding. Now the 11:15 train is gone.
We've had a lot of lovely country music and blues and everything tonight, and we do realise this is a country music club. But, you know, frankly, I'm from a folk background and Johnny's from more of a glam rocker. And I know we sort of got together and it's turned out country. But this next one, I wrote the words recently, and we tried it as a country song, but it just cried out to be a music hall type song. So if you'll bear with us. You'll notice... Thank you. You'll notice I'm drinking tea because I suffer with anxiety and always have, and used to drink a lot of alcohol, so now I drink a lot of tea, and it's going very well, my sobriety, for the last 4 or 5 years. What I've replaced it with is, I've tried many things, but what I've ended up replacing with it is antidepressants, and they're marvellous. So I was coming back from the doctor's recently, and I had to stop while I was waiting for my prescription, and I just got my notebook out and I wrote down, to stop these conniptions I need my prescription, and this is the song that resulted. So brace yourselves. I know I'm not the only one. Doctor, good morning, I'm sorry for calling so early, but this is no joke. I'm having a relapse, I'm down on my kneecaps. I think you need to increase my dose. The gin I was taking was just self-medicating for the times when I got too high, and the joints I was using when I wasn't boozing, they made me think I could fly. I've tried meditation with my medication, and I'm trying to focus on me. I'm keeping a journal and trying to be normal. I'm doing some art therapy. But the pills that you give me, they go down so easy, and I feel very anxious indeed. The day's looking frightening, my stomach is tightening. Doctor, you know what I need. To stop these conniptions, I need my prescriptions.
£8 a pop, it's still cheaper than blow. My eyes are all wonky, I'm a prescription junkie. I have to cut down, but there's a long, long way to go.
They make me feel lazy, they keep me all hazy. Diazepam 3 times a day, and it's all quite legal, you don't need a needle. They take my anger away. They stop me from crying and thinking I'm dying. They stop me from hitting the wall. There's no more euphoria down the Victoria, buying the pints for them all.
To stop these conniptions, I need my prescriptions. £8 a pop, it's still cheaper than blow. My eyes are all wonky, I'm a prescription junkie. I have to cut down, but there's a long, long way to go. It's 8:30 in the morning, she's already started again.
it when I'm going to bed. There's no trouble sleeping, no shouting or weeping. I'm so calm that I'm almost dead. My libido is waning, what once was raging is fading and skulking away. It's done me a favour, I've stopped shagging the neighbour. It's a lot less stressful this way.
To stop these connections, I need my prescriptions. 8 quid a pop, instant cheaper than blow. My eyes are all wonky, I'm a prescription junkie. I have to cut down, but there's a long, 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 long way to go.
Thank you. Happy Mental Health Awareness Month.
Thank you. This next song's about internet dating. Anybody here ever tried internet dating? Come on. Well, at least normally it's only ever me that puts my hand up, because everybody's usually ashamed of.
It's nothing to be ashamed of. I've just told everyone I'm on antidepressants. I've never done internet dating though. Who needs a man as well as depression?
Anyway, I said to Emma, let's write a song about internet dating, and I really wanted it to be authentic, so she did her research. She went online and joined, what was the website you joined?
Guardian Soulmates.
And to get my research, I went on a website called shagaholics.com. It's an interesting site. And this is what we came up with. It's called the Lonely Heart Song.
I'm looking for a man who enjoys romantic walks, picnics in the country and long intimate talks. Between 35 and 60, honest and sincere. He must live in London town or somewhere that's quite near.
Well, I'm looking for a woman for a one-night stand or more, and I'll gel her in the kitchen, the bedroom Demi Moore. And I'm looking for somebody with no hang-ups or taboos, who wears stockings and suspenders, has tattoos and tattoos.
He doesn't have to be good looking, and he needn't have great wealth, but he must be a non-smoker and in reasonably good health. Fat or thin, dark or fair, I don't really mind, but I'd like him to be gentle, dependable and kind.
Yet I'm looking for a woman, and she must be good in bed, who has a Baywatch body, but not a Crime Watch head. And I'm looking for somebody for long sessions in the sack. She must be open-minded or an nymphomaniac. So if Capricorn's your sign, please drop me a line, 'cause I can't live without you anymore. And if you're tired of being alone, please pick up the phone, 'cause I can't live without you anymore.
I'm looking for a fella, I want someone loyal and true, into wine and music. Now does that sound like you? I'm looking for a partner who won't take things too fast, and I hope it might develop into something that will last.
Yeah, I'm looking for a woman who will be my ideal match, who doesn't want commitment, has got no strings attached. And I'm looking for somebody who will be my perfect 10. She must be adventurous and into S&M. So if Capricorn's your sign, please drop me a line, 'cause I can't live without you anymore. And if you're tired of being alone, treat my missus right. And I'm looking for somebody who is looking for that too. And maybe if I'm lucky, that someone might be you. Thank you very, very much indeed. Right, we're going to do one more and then we've got to go. Thanks for turning up. Anybody who came especially to see us, we really do appreciate it. You know who you all are. Thanks for buying the CD.
This is our latest CD. It's called Middle-Aged Love, which is the title of the next song. It's an absolute cracker, as Drew says. On the front, it's got me, and on the back, it's got Johnny. Were he to introduce it, he would say on the front it has Johnny, and the back it's got me. But you've got the back of him and the front of him. It's very clever, it's like magic. And then the other one's called North and South, and it's got a picture of the Angel of the North for him and Walthamstow Dog Trap for me. Anyway, 2 special deal for tonight. Both of them for £12, or one for 8. But you know, you don't have to buy one. We're just happy that you're here and listening to us.
But buy one.
Someone's bought 3 already, so get in quick. Right, this next song.
Please get in quick because we got them a job lot. We've got 4 million of these to ship.
This next song is about trying to embark on a new relationship when you're in your 40s or 50s, and which a lot of my friends are doing now. You know, you sort of tend to get divorced around 45. That's my age, although I did it earlier. And it's about the obstacles, difficulties, as well as the delights and joys of finding middle-aged love. And also, if you're wondering, people sometimes say, we're a couple, and, you know, I don't know really, because we don't...
Couple of what?
With all these obstacles in the way, what's Johnny calls baggage, and I call my life history. Although he has baggage too, but for some reason that's called something else.
Now, the only baggage I ever had was my mother, and she sadly passed away.
What about your dog and your ex?
Yeah, my dog. Okay.
And his ex-partner. Anyway, listen to the words, and you'll know then. You'll know what the answer is to Aria Couple.
Thanks for coming. Thank you very much for listening. This is Emma Scarr on the violin and the lyrics to our song. And my name's Johnny Black. Remember this face.
I've got a job that nearly kills me. 3 cats and 2 daft kids. A growing drinking habits, and my house is remortgaged. My old man still lives with me, with his boxes full of stuff. Says he can't afford to move on from this middle-aged love. And your ex-wife don't like it when you mention me. She hasn't quite got over you, now she's back in therapy. Your mother seems bewildered, says she can't keep up, thinks that you're too old for it, this hopeless middle-aged love.
So come on, kiss me beyond the sycamore tree, where your kids and your ex and your folks won't see. Hide out back with the drizzle and the dirt so nobody gets hurt. Kiss me beyond the sycamore tree, where your kids and your ex and your folks won't see. Hide out back with the drizzle and the dirt so nobody gets hurt.
My son don't understand it, says he just can't see why I'd want a boyfriend when I'm 43. My daughter keeps on crying, she's finding it quite tough. I need to spend more time with her and keep off this middle-aged love. Your neighbours think I'm evil, they all glare at me, so I only go to your house when it's dark and they can't see. My head says we should stop it, my nerves have had enough, but I keep on going back for more of this hopeless middle-aged love.
So come on, kiss me beyond the sycamore tree, where your kids and your ex and your folks won't see. Hide out back in the drizzle and the dirt so nobody gets hurt. Come on, kiss me beyond the sycamore tree, where your kids and your ex and your folks won't see. Hide out back in the drizzle and the dirt so nobody gets hurt.
But it can't be like that. I've got sell your flat. A couple of stolen hours, it has to be enough. Cause you don't know when you'll get it next, this hopeless middle-aged love. So come on, kiss me, beyond the sycamore tree, where your kids and your ex and your folks won't see. Hide out back in the drizzle and the dirt so nobody gets hurt. Come on and kiss me, beyond the sycamore tree, where your kids and your ex and your folks won't see. Hide out back in the drizzle and the dirt so nobody gets hurt.
I think we've got to hear some more songs, don't you? And Johnny, someone said to me, Drew, how does it feel to hear your guitar being played really well for the first time?
Really well, Drew, come on.
Johnny, I can go with it. I can go with it. Just this once. Anyway, Black Scarr. Let's hear it.
He says really well. Lately I've been trying to... Have you heard that advert on the radio that are you going deaf? Do you suffer from industrial deafness?
That's only on Talk Sport.
No, I think it's on more than Talk Sport.
It's not on Radio 4.
Anyway, because I'm so desperate for money, I thought I'll go for this. Because the advert says, if you've worked in coal mining, heavy industry, textiles, we can help you too. And I thought, well, if they can help you too, they can help me. I'm a musician. Anyway, I spoke to them last week, and he wanted to know my work history, and I call it the northern years when I actually did used to work. And I had to go back through all my diaries from... I've kept a diary every day since 1973, and I was 2 months short of what they were after. But I noticed in my diaries that I'm still doing now what I was doing when I was like 20 years old, which is playing records and learning how to play the guitar. And as you can see, 50 years later, I'm still shit on it.
You've really mastered those 6 chords.
I have really mastered them. So thanks, Drew, for lending me your guitar. Anyway, this is a song we're going to do. It's called My Dysfunctional Family, and it's not just about my family or Emma's family, it's a mixture of both. See if you can pick out which is which.
Is that me?
I'll give you a clue. All the mad verses are from her side.
Yeah, it's probably needs to go down.
You turned it up?
No, the pickup came off.
Oh, well. You're in this. Every single day. My mother don't stop talking, she just goes on and on. She gambles on the horses till all her money's gone. The oldest boy's got OCD, he can't handle change. We all think he's normal when he starts acting strange. The youngest girl, so sensible, she's never late for school. She helps out with her cooking and likes to play football for Tottenham ladies. My dysfunctional family really means the world to me. I know we're not perfect, but we're so full of love. My brother's so successful, he works all the hours God sends. He drives an Austin Martin and got lots of fancy friends, the bastard. My sister Sue, she's loopy-loop, been married 7 times. she crashed the car, and now she thinks she's Winston Churchill when she smokes her cigars. My granddad's broken hearted, he sits there in the shed, talking to his pigeons, Vera, Chuck and Fred. Now my dysfunctional family really means the world to me, and I know we're not perfect, but we're so full of love, 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 love. I know we're not perfect, but we're so full of love. Let's go. The Auntie May is beautiful, she's size 24. They say she's got a fancy man sniffing round the door. My Uncle Mick don't notice, he's always off his head. He drinks 13 pints of ale a day, and he's no good in bed. Now my dysfunctional family really means the world to me. I know we're not perfect, but we're so full of love, 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 love. I know we're not perfect, 'cause we're so full of love. Nothing you can do that can't be done, nothing you can sing that can't be sung, nothing you can say but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy, come on, the spice of life. All you need is love, all you need is love, all you need is love, love, love is all you need. One more time. All you need is love.
All together.
All you need is love. Come on. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. One more. Come on. Now all you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. Thank you very much. Cheers. Good night.
Come on, you do. But you need. Well, you've got to play another song because it's a bit long. You going to play another song?
Yeah, we can play another
I
song.
think they can play another song.
If anyone is moved to buy me a drink, because my throat's sore, I don't want any more tea, thanks. But a Coca-Cola would be lovely. Thanks. No, not Bacardi, no. You knew me when I drank Bacardi.
We have had a request for a song called Trust Me to Fall in Love With You from the lovely Alex over there, but sadly we don't know it. Oh, we don't, honest. We've never ever played it live.
You can play it on the CD player after.
We're going to do this one for all the older gentlemen here tonight, and luckily there's one or two of us. You know who I'm talking about. Nobody ever writes songs about old men. But we have. It's about getting old, and you know what that's like, lads? It's fucking terrible, isn't it? Oh, he's got his bus pass. Congratulations.
We dedicate this to Steve, though.
Yeah, this is for you, Steve. For the 60, for the old age pensioners, that's like an FA Cup winners medal, isn't it? Anyway, this song's called Come Back 1969, and the reason why we chose... Thank you. The reason why we chose 1969 is because 1969 was the last time I ever smiled. I look in the mirror, there's lines round my eyes. I feel like someone else in disguise. My joints are all creaking and everything aches. I wheeze when I breathe and I rattle and shake. 'Cause I'm getting old and I'm past my prime. Come back 1969. I'm getting old and I'm running right out of time. My maker is waiting, he's ringing his bell, and the pain in the neck, I'm as angry as hell. Faces and places, they all look the same. I can't find my keys, can't remember your name. 'Cause I'm getting old and I'm past my prime. Come back 1969. I'm getting old and I'm running right out of time. My shirt won't do up and me trousers won't fit. I ain't had a woman since I don't know when. I'm always too tired and in bed before 10. 'Cause I'm getting old and I'm past my prime. Come back 1969. I'm getting old and I'm running right out of time. I'm getting old and I'm past my prime. 1969. I'm getting old and I'm running right out of tick tock, 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 tick. Thank you. Good night.
Black Scarr, what a fantastic band. Let's hear it for them. The latest CD, I've been playing it in the car. It's an absolute cracker, £8. I mean, what? Do yourself a favour, buy it. Let's hear it for East Lonesome Drifters. What a great band.